Welcome to the Costa Brava Stage1 2024. I'm Jordi Bici from Befree Sports, and together with my colleague Tomàs Llorens, we are organizing this great adventure in stages along the Costa Brava from Blanes to Cullera. Cullera, the new finish line. So for those who have run before the Costa Brava Stage Run, you will enjoy very much this new finish line in Cullera. Ahead we have 3 days of trail running, of nature, of challenge, and also of companionship. So 300 people will be running this edition of Costa Brava Stage Run, coming from 31 different nationalities. So it's a really good moment to enjoy this ambience from all over the world. And talking about challenge, I want you to think on the big paella that you will enjoy on the last day in Cullera in the finish line. So please enjoy the journey and see you in Cullera. Now let's talk a bit about the basic information to survive to this weekend. As we always say, the racebook is the user manual for the Costa Brava Stage Run, so there you can find all the information that you may need for this weekend. So elevation plots, maps of the stages, you have logistic information, important logistic information, you have the regulations, you also have podiatry advice, so please take a deep look at it. On the first pages of the racebook you can find the facts for Costa Brava Stage Run, and I want to talk about 3 important assets. The first of them is the bib and the chip. So you must wear the bib always here on the front part of the runner, and then the chip, you will have a flange, we will give you at the check-in in Blanes, you will have a chip and a flange, and you have to attach it on the upper part maybe of your backpack. So please put it here, because then it will be easier to do the controls at the start line, at the food stations, and of course at the finish line. There will be a live tracking of the race available on our website, so you can send it to your family and friends in order to see how you are performing. Then distance changes. We allow to change the distance, for example, from Costa Brava Stage Run 120k to 80k, but you have to tell it to us in advance. Maybe you can send us an email, and you can of course tell it to us personally in the finish line or maybe in the briefing. In case you change distance from the long to the short one and you finish this one, you will be considered, of course, finisher of Costa Brava Stage Run 80k. Talking about withdrawals, you can of course withdraw, but we ask you to do it, if possible, in a food station or in a control point, and of course communicate it to the organization. We allow you to start next stage if you can, but you won't be considered finisher. As you know, we send you the tracks of each of the stages, so we recommend that you load them into your GPS watch or maybe your telephone, because in case someone demarks the trails, you will have the track with you to help overcome this situation. And finally, I want to talk to you about the trash. Please be careful in case you throw some trash in the trails. We are in a natural environment and we have to take care of it. Yeah, and now Tomàs will explain you some necessary information about the technical briefings, and we'll also do the technical briefing for stage number 1. Let's go!
Welcome to the technical briefings. I'm going to start with a little introduction. First of all, in the maps and profiles that you will find in the racebook, you might have seen that we mark different parts in 3 colors, green, blue and red. This is like ski resorts in terms of difficulty, so that you know what kind of terrain you will find in each section. In the green, it's going to be very fast, it's going to be a tarmac road or a promenade. The blue will be more like a forestry road, for example, which is still fast, but not as fast as tarmac. And finally, the red will be rocks, single trails. It will be the beach when we cross a beach that it's maybe a little bit slower. So this is to tell you how fast you will be in each section of the race. Then also in the profiles and in the maps you have the cut-off times. We mark the cut-off times in 2 different ways. One is the time from the start. So after 2 hours from the start, there's a cut-off time in the first food station, for example, but also you will see it in the time of the day. This way, for example, you say at noon I have to be in the second food station, for example. So we think that this way is easier for you to get all the information. Well, and now that you know how to read the maps and the profiles, this is what you will find on the road to follow. These are the ribbons, red on both sides. They are biocompostable. And mostly in the beach, you will find these flags. So all red also, and we hope that very easy to see and follow for you. And finally, just a little comment on the alternative routes. There are some parts in the first stage or in the second stage that if we have a storm, a sea storm, we go very close to the beach and then we might have to change a little bit. In these cases, we will mark it. You don't have the tracks, don't worry, we will mark it. We will have volunteers there to tell you. We will try to communicate it the day before, if it's possible, if we know that the weather forecast is bad. But if we cannot communicate it the day before, we will send a telegram message, but also in the first food station where we can tell it to you, we will tell you. It's just to let you know how to handle these situations in which we might change little parts of the route. Now I'm going to start with the briefing for the first stage of the CBSR. It's the first stage that both modalities run, the 80K and the 120K. It goes from Blanes to Tossa de Mar, 22 kilometers and 1,100 meters uphill. It's a stage that has a bit of everything. It has parts of beach, it has parts of coastal trail, it has parts of rocks. So I think it's a very interesting stage to start. You will see various terrain and different terrain, and we hope you enjoy it. So the first part is 9 kilometers until Lloret de Mar, where you will find the first food station, and it's a part that again it has a bit of everything. It doesn't have long uphills, so I think it's a good way to start. And then when you get to Lloret de Mar, you will find a long promenade until the end, where you will start there, follow the coastal path, and this is a very nice section, I think, with some stairs, and it's very nice to run there. And the final part, there's a lot of stairs, and you go to a residential area where you will follow this residential area for a couple of kilometers, and then you go down to Cala Llevadó, where you will find the second food station. This food station, it's a liquid station actually. It will have water, isotonic, and fruit. And yeah, from here again, a big uphill on a tarmac road on a residential area, and then down to Cala Llevadó, where it starts a part which is more technical. Leaving Cala Llevadó, you will have to use your hands a little bit, and then going down to Cala Llevadó, which is a beach, you will have to use a chains that you will find there to help you and jump over some rocks. So this part, it's a bit technical and well, fun to run. And then in the middle of the beach, more or less, you'll find the third and final food station. This is a complete food station, so please have everything here, because the final part, the last 3 kilometers until Tossa, are very intense with a lot of up and downs, and you need to get a lot of energy here. So from the food station, you continue through following the beach, and then you'll find a single tray going up like this, and here it starts this last section, which is very slow, and after a short, very intense stage, it will be the last challenge for you to reach Tossa. And also, before you will reach Tossa, you will find the wall of the village, and then you have to turn right and enter the village through a hole in the rock, in the wall. So you have to go down the hole, enter, and then follow the street, up the street in the village of Tossa, and then down to the finish line, where we will be waiting for you with a complete food station. And also just a little reminder, from the food station to the hotel, there is 10 minutes walk. You have to use, you can use your phone to get to the hotel. We will have the links in the finish line, and we will send them to you. So yes, we hope that you enjoy this stage, and we wait for you in Tossa.